Contract negotiation is something that is essential for any experienced buyer of HR technology. And so we want to impart some of our best practices when negotiating contracts, ways that you can pretty simply decrease the price of your preferred vendor. It's also worth noting that basically any company that doesn't publish pricing online is willing to negotiate. Okay, so first and foremost is understanding the incentives of the vendor. One, they want to get paid up front. A lot of these companies are venture-backed, fast-growing businesses where they can't take out a loan from a bank. They've got to take this money from venture capitalists, which is super expensive. It's very dilutive. And so if you are willing to pay upfront for a year or a multi-year deal, you're going to get at least a 20% discount, which is probably huge for you. And you're probably thinking about your budget on annual cycle anyways. And it's something that the vendor is more than willing to do. The next on the sort of incentives bucket list is thinking about recurring versus one-time revenue. That implementation fee, that one-time revenue, is not how software companies are valued. They're valued as a multiple of recurring revenue. Therefore, the board cares about that and they incentivize the salesperson to think about it. And so you can many times get away with striking that implementation one-time revenue from the contract. Next, let's talk about the calendar. Okay, so signing multi-year deals, obviously you're going to get a discount for that. If you're able to move quickly through the buying cycle, that's another way that you can gain leverage in the negotiation. Say, look, if we do this by December, by next month, can we get a discount on this contract? A lot of salespeople will say, yeah, sure. If you can move that quickly, let's do it. The last kind of point here around timing is that, of course, at the end of the quarter, sales reps are trying to hit their numbers. And so if you are at the end of Q1, Q2, etc., you've got more leverage, especially if you can close the deal before the quarter end so that the sales rep and the business can book it. So then when they go to the board meeting, they say, hey, we hit our numbers. Check this out. Isn't this fun? Okay, the last point here, the last bucket is that if you've got a great logo as a company, if you've got a great personal brand, if you're willing to do case studies, this is all super valuable to the vendor, and you're able to capture some of that value when you're talking about the price that you're going to pay. So again, if you've invested in your own personal brand, you got a great logo, you're willing to do a case study, you think about things analytically, you're going to get rewarded for that, and the price is going to go down. Hopefully this is helpful when thinking about negotiating with the various vendors out there within the HR tech ecosystem.